All right, so we are live. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody, depending on when and where you're logging in from. My name is Andreas Kartrud, coming to you from Malmö, Sweden. If those of you who don't know me, I am the creator of this smart contract, and I'm here to explain to you exactly what it's all about. So allow me to share my screen, and let's go into presentation mode. We will do a little bit of an update call afterwards, so if you've already been a part of this for a while now, stay tuned. We got some exciting news. If you're new, stay tuned as well. Now let's share the screen and start the presentation. So we're here to have a look at ETHERCHAIN, guys. What is it? What is it all about? How does it work? First and foremost, let us say that it is the world's first decentralized community support fund. It's a financial support system built on smart contract technology by the community for the community. It is the most transparent peer-to-peer financial support system in the world. Now, first and foremost, let's go into what a smart contract is. Now, a smart contract is a self-executing contract which is deployed on the public blockchain that can store and execute transactions of value. This is very, very important to understand. And it has the characteristics of being non-corruptible, tamper-proof, fair, just, open, and transparent. Now, it acts according to the pre-written rules of the contract, nothing less, nothing more. And is fully transparent and decentralized, meaning that there's no central point of control to the contract. It's on the blockchain, and that's where it's running. Nobody can control it. Now, there are no limits to what a smart contract algorithm can do or how it can be coded. The contract is there to simply perform the action it has been programmed to do without the need of a third party or human intervention. That is the geniality about the smart contracts. You don't need a third party. You don't need a human intervention. You write the program and it does exactly what it's said to do. There are no human errors, which we are unfortunately so well known of. Now, what is ETHERCHAIN? Well, ETHERCHAIN smart contract is designed to provide everyone with an independent financial support fund based on blockchain and smart contract technology. Now, any participant can contribute Ethereum towards the community fund and supporting the ETHERCHAIN community members. And by doing so, the participant activates the contract code and will receive support back from other community members. Now, ETHERCHAIN is 100% decentralized and a community-based project. That means there are no guarantee nor additional profits made in the system. This is a peer-to-peer support model where you support others and others support you. ETHERCHAIN can be viewed as a decentralized third party which ensures fairness, transparency, and justice for all according to the algorithm code. Now, there are no mediators or intermediaries, there are no owners, there's no company, there's no human interaction, which is effectively guaranteeing the fairness of all participating partners and partners' funds according to the rules of the smart contract. It is by far the most reasonable, safest, and best cutting-edge financial support model available at this time. Now, how does ETHERCHAIN work? Well, you can participate in ETHERCHAIN by depositing a minimum of 0.1 Ethereum to the fund. You're now eligible to receive back from the community 310% of that deposit. For example, if you put 1 Ethereum in, you can pull 3.1 out. Now, the 310% is returned in 4 ways. You have 1 which is passive and 3 by marketing. When the 310% is accumulated through any of the 4 ways, a new deposit must be made equal or greater to continue receiving from the fund. Now, the 4 ways is as following. You will have a 1% daily return on your deposit. This is for a maximum of 310 days. It is a 100% passive. You also have a 10% direct referral commission for sharing and growing the community fund. You have a matching commission on your partner's daily return. And you also have a daily top refer pool, which goes by 5% of all deposits. Now, let's look at this in detail. First one is pretty straightforward. The daily ROI is 1%. So 1% of the deposit amount is paid daily to all users by the system algorithm, up to the point when the maximum deposit limit is reached, i.e. 3.1 times. Suppose that you support the fund with 5 Ethereum. That means you can now receive 15.5 Ethereum back. On a daily basis, you will receive 0.05 Ethereum until 310 days, or until the maximum limit is achieved by any of the other 3 ways, whichever is reached first. Now, looking at the direct commission, this is awarded to a sponsor when a direct partner makes a deposit. It goes for all deposit. That's the first deposit and any redeposit that they might do. So if you help to share and grow this community, you will receive the direct commission. Now this is 10% of the deposit amount. So let's say that your partner deposits 10 Ethereum. You will receive 1 Ethereum as your direct commission. And there are no limits to how many direct partners you can have. All commissions apply towards the 3.1 times limit. So let's say that you sponsor somebody that comes in with 3 Ethereum to the fund, you will receive 0.3 immediately. 0.6 Ethereum, you receive 0.06. 7, you receive 0.7, and so on. Unlimited partners. Now, the matching commission is the hidden gem, my friends. The matching commission itself is based on the daily return of your partner's deposit, and it is awarded when a partner withdraws their daily income. My apologies there. Withdraws their daily income. Now, the levels of matching is based upon how many directs you personally have. You will have 1 level added for each direct referral. So it means if you have 1 direct referral, you will receive a 30% match on that daily income of this person. You will receive that matching when this person withdraws his daily income. So let's say that this person withdraws daily, you will receive a 30% match on the 1% daily. If they withdraw every 5 days, you will receive a 30% match on the 5% they withdraw. If they withdraw every 10 days, you receive a 30% match on their 10% that they withdraw. Now, if you have more partners than 1, you will receive more levels of pay as well. So you can have up to 15 partners, or you can have unlimited partners, but you can receive up to 15 levels of matching. Now, you will receive 10% match on all partners on level 2, 3, 4, and 5. On level 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, you will receive an 8% match. And level 11 to 15, you will receive a 5% match. Now, keep in mind, you will have 1 level for each direct that you have. So if you have 5 directs, you have 5 levels of matching. Now, the daily top sponsor pool. The daily top sponsor pool is set by 5% of all deposits going into ETHERCHAIN. And every single day, 10% of this pool is paid out to the top 4 volume or top 4 producers of Ethereum volume towards the fund. That means those that have brought or sponsored the most Ethereum during the 24 hours will share 10% of this fund. Now, the remaining 90% will roll over to the next day's pool, continuously increasing the fund and the rewards that the top producers are receiving. Now, the allocation of the 10% will be as following: 40%, 30%, 20%, and 10%. And this is already active from day 1. You can view this on the page, who is winning and how much they are winning every single day. Now, if we look at the deposit function, we have a minimum and a maximum deposit limit. On your first deposit, the minimum deposit is 0.1 Ethereum up to 10 Ethereum. Now, once you make one deposit, you cannot make a redeposit until you have received the 310%. Once you have received the 310%, you can make a second deposit. This needs to be equal or greater to your first. You can deposit up to 30 Ethereum. Now, basically, this means if you put 0.5 Ethereum in the first deposit, the minimum deposit is 0.5 the next time. If you now deposit 5 Ethereum, the next deposit will be minimum 5 Ethereum. Now, the third deposit, I said, must be equal or greater than the previous deposit up to 90 Ethereum. And the fourth deposit and any after must be equal or greater than the previous deposit up to 200 Ethereum. That is the maximum limit, but there are no limits to how many times that you can complete the 310 cycle. Now, looking at the algorithm distribution of the complete fund, once you make a deposit, out of the 100%, 1% goes away as a platform fee, 5% goes to the daily pool, 10% goes instantly as direct referral commission, while 84% is reserved for the distribution of the daily ROI and the referral matching. Now, finishing off with some important notes, ETHERCHAIN is a community-based project. It is 100% decentralized. It is peer-to-peer transactions through a smart contract, and each deposit cycle is 310%. Now, when the 310% is received, a new deposit must be made to continue earning and receiving from any of the 4 ways. Now, the minimum entry is 0.1 Ethereum. It is open to all participants. There are no restrictions, and there are no referrals required in order to receive. And this is what makes us unique. The 1% goes out daily to all members. It is 100% passive. This is the first contract that goes towards the passive investor and the active marketer. Now, you can increase the speed of your returns by growing the community fund through marketing and sharing of ETHERCHAIN. Now, with that, I want to finish off. This is a decentralized financial program. It is all about transparency. It's all about fairness and all about being automated. With that, I want to thank you for looking at the presentation. We're now going to drop off and we are going to go through switch gears and go through a little bit of the updates that are coming on. Now, we are flying. I mean, this is it. I am super excited. I barely know what to say about the growth. I mean, it is tremendous beyond any kind of imagination that I ever had. And it is all because of all of you guys. I want to thank each and every one of you for the support towards ETHERCHAIN, the support towards the vision of creating this decentralized support system that we can live and thrive off for many, many years, hopefully decades to come. Now, we have seen that the gas fee is tremendous. I believe everybody has noticed that as well. Both on deposits and withdrawals, the gas fee sometimes is as low as $1, sometimes it's as high as $100. And which is, you know, it's unacceptable that this is happening, that we are getting this high traffic. And the reason for this is because of the continuous calculation that we had on the matching bonus. As you all know, the matching bonus were given out each time someone received their 1%. That means every single time someone received their 1%, the system had to calculate the matching commission 15 levels up. Now, with the new code that we're implementing in the new contract that we're making the transition to very shortly, the matching bonus will now calculate and be received when your partner makes the withdrawal. So this means that instead of the system needing to continuously calculating the matching bonus every single time, creating enormous amounts of data and traffic inside the contract, which is causing the high fees, it will now calculate when you click the button of withdrawal. Then it will calculate how much you're withdrawing, how many days that you have not withdrawn, and it will now distribute the matching to the partners above. This will eliminate the massive amount of data and traffic and the calculations, and this will lower the gas fee down to the average of anything from 0.05 to 0.5, which is much more sustainable for us if we want to be able to do this for a long time. We already have this massive gas fee when we were 5,000 members, so I can only imagine what would happen if we allowed it to go to 50,000 members. The amount of gas fee that people are paying is not sustainable for us as a community. So we did this for all of us in order for us to be able to pay as low gas fee as possible, to be able to make as much profit as possible when we're actually receiving from the fund. So that is where we're at. This is what we're doing right now. A few of the updates that are going towards that is that right now we have deployed the new contract on the testnet. We will soon start the synchronizations of the data and then make the transition of everything. We will announce this in due time, 1 or 2 hours before it happens, so that everybody is ready. What will happen is the same time as last. We will put up a maintenance on the website so that we'll limit the functions, because we cannot have traffic going on when we're actually synchronizing and moving, because we want all data to be correct. So this will be announced in the Telegram channel, in the Telegram news channel as well. Other than that, some of the things that we've been working on is we're actually going to implement a technical support team, guys. We're actually going to be using a team from our programmers that knows everything about this contract to act as technical support team for us. So they will be entering our group very soon. We will be setting up a support or a technical support group that people can go in, and you can ask any single question that you have towards the contract, towards your deposit, towards your withdrawal, whatever you have. So I believe this is something that will make us very unique and stand out. There are absolutely no other smart contract on the market that I know that is actually offering this. We will have a live support team in our chat 24/7, replying to all the questions. If there's anything, you can go into the group itself. They will be there as well. It will be amazing for us. It will also take the load off and the time off from a lot of our community leaders that are putting a tremendous amount of time and effort into the Telegram group, helping everybody, answering all questions, guiding people through the different processes. Now, this means that we can spend that time building the community instead of just answering the questions. And that I am really looking forward to. So this will be something that sets us up. We're already doing this. We're already developing a Telegram bot for the notifications from ETHERCHAIN. So right now we're not really sure when it will be released. I'm just informing everybody about what is to come here. So the Telegram bot will come, any notifications will be there as well, the support system. We have a few other things that are up and coming as well. We are going to mention that on a different Zoom, so we don't take everything right now. Now, the main focus for us right now is, of course, to complete the transition to the new contract so that the gas fee is lowering and so that the gas fee is not causing a withdrawal or a deposit error as it does for a few members. So other than that, we are seeing a tremendous, massive growth. Let me just have a look at the fund itself. Sorry, there, let me see here. We have, I mean, and amazing. Yesterday, we actually had the first ever, you know, somebody had completed fourth cycle already, or the fourth deposit, and they actually made a deposit of 200 Ethereum into ETHERCHAIN. That is the first 200 Ethereum transaction going in, which is massive. I just got to say congratulations. This is tremendous, guys. Now, looking at the fund itself, we got 4,348 Ethereum in the main support fund. We got 872 Ethereum. That's close to 150. I'm sorry, that's close to, yeah, 180, close to 200,000 withdrawn by members already in just 2 weeks. This is tremendous. 90 Ethereum in a daily pool. That means that 9 Ethereum is shared between the top 4 every single day, a minimum. And this just keeps increasing. We have seen this go from 0 to 90 in just a few days. It's amazing. So guys, congratulations to everybody. It's been a tremendous journey so far. We are, you know, we're heading for greatness. Once we have made the transition, we can go on and just make the final 24 to 48 hours before we verify this. Once that is completed, you know, there are no limits. They usually say the sky is the limit, but that's not true. Your mind is the limit. That's the only limit you have, and whatever you think, we can achieve, guys. Now, with that, let's move over to Q&A, guys. If you have any question about what's going on, what we're doing, about this presentation or the contract itself, let me know. I will be reading through a little bit, see what we have. And if there's any questions, I will reply to them. If you have anything, just type them in the chat box. First one is, could you confirm whether there will be a 3 p.m. Session or 3 p.m. Eastern time session or not? Now, I do believe we will have one that is 6 hours from now. Right now, we are, as you all know, I've been working a lot with the developers in order to get this done. We have the final testing to do. We are looking to do this today. I'm hoping that we can actually complete it today. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to say a time. But you know, before the end of the weekend or before the weekend, we are absolutely completed with it. But in all honesty, I really can't say with 100% guarantee if we're going to have the 3 p.m. Eastern or not. I have to inform you guys a couple hours before in the Telegram group. It is just if we're getting some urgent work that I have to be a part of the testing, I got to do that because I just want this done. Now, let's see here. So here's a question from Amon. Will maintenance affect on your unwithdrawn funds? So that is a good question. Now, the transition will not affect anything. It will not affect your direct income. It will not affect your 1%. It will not affect the daily stop sponsor if you have that. And it will not affect your matching this time. The last time that we made this transition, we implemented a new code where we could actually sync and get the matching code as well. So this time, everything stays. There is nothing that it will reset and you need to earn it back in. It all stays. Let me see what else we can get here. Let me see. All right, so there's not a lot of questions here. So I love it that there's not a lot of questions. That means that we are pretty informed about what's going on. I want to say a big thanks to the community leaders that are taking a huge responsibility and a huge role in this and really stepping up and helping. And I've been asked the question, how do I become a community leader? How do you decide who becomes a community leader? And guys, it's just stepping up. It's just actually doing more. It's actually, instead of asking others to come with it to you, you bring it to them. So it's actually just those taking the responsibility to helping out, replying to the questions that they know are there. they are, you know, automatically being entitled as community leaders. A position like this, or a position, you know, a title, position, or whatever you want to call it, like a community leader or a leader, or, you know, whatever, that is not something that can be given. That is something that is earned. It is something that you are given by others. It is not something you're given by one person. It is something the community says. So just stepping up and taking that responsibility, and you will automatically become a community leader. Those that do that little bit of extra, they are the community leaders. They are the ones that are helping us to grow, that are helping and bringing this forward, making sure that this is something that will grow and grow forever. So that is how you actually become a community leader. You know, step up. If you can help, do so. Because keep in mind, this is a very unique algorithm. It's not, your team is not only your team. Your team contributes towards this fund, which goes out to the entire global community. And every single other teams and organizations that are popping up inside here, they're all helping to contribute towards your team, because everything goes right here and everything goes to the global community. The bigger your team gets, the more you help the entire community to survive. The sustainability will just get stronger and stronger and stronger as we grow. All right, let me see here, going back to the questions here. I'm getting a little bit excited, getting off myself. Let me see here. All right, so I know smart contract is scam proof. What happened if the UI if the website is taken down? Can we still access and stuff like that? So that is a good question that we've been getting frequently. Now we are adding the website address in the contract code, and we are also going to deploy the website on IPFS. That means that it's going to be a decentralized hosting on several nodes in an entire community, meaning that the website itself is going to be decentralized as well. The hosting of it will be decentralized. So it will be absolute no downtime. It will not go away. It cannot go away. And that's just it. Okay, so does the genealogy view go together with the new code? So yes, the genealogy view is there. We can already kind of view it. We have just not implemented it because that is not our main priority right now. The main priority is getting the contract done, making sure that everything is 100%, and then we will start with all these small fine-tuning things. Let me see here. Any solution to the high fee? Yes, and that is what more or less the entire conversation back here has been about, that we are making a transition to a new contract where the new code for the matching bonus is moving from being paid out or distributed every time somebody receives to being paid out every time somebody makes their withdrawal. That we decrease the traffic and amount of data and calculations in the contract, and automatically decrease the gas fee as well. We've already been testing the contract several times, making sure that the gas fee now stays low. So that is the solution to the high gas fee. Right now, if you are experiencing high gas fee when you want to make a deposit or you want to make a withdrawal, please wait. If it doesn't suit you, if it's too high, you know, just wait. It will lower during the day. It goes up and down. The GBay price, it always decreases and increases. So just hold on a couple hours, or wait until we have actually made a transition to the new contract, where the gas fee won't be more than anything from $0.05 to $0.5. So that is something that we can live with. Now, again, a question about expected time to get verified. So this is a question that I frequently get. And I want to start off by saying that if I had verified it when any of you wanted me to, we would not have been able to do the changes or the fixes that we're actually making. We would have been stuck in a contract that was incomplete, that was having an error, that was paying out wrong, and would not have been sustainable for us to go with for many, many years. And that is my ultimate vision here, guys. It's not about creating a contract that's going to, you know, blow up in a couple of weeks and then fall apart in a couple of months. That is not my interest. My interest is building something that is sustainable and long-term for years. I'm talking decades to come. And I want to make sure, and I want to be 100% confident, because I have seen that a lot of you have already been confident and want to have this contract verified. But again, if I have done that, we would not have been able to make sure that this is something that we can do for years and years to come. If we had made a verification and we would have been stuck with this high gas fee, how do you think that would have been affecting the growth of this community? I believe it would have affected us very, very much. We would not have achieved what we want to achieve. 500,000 members in 5 months, 1 million members by the end of this year. That's not possible with small minor errors. So I want to make sure that I am 100% confident. I've designed, I built the system, and I know what is needed in order for us to actually be able to maintain and sustain it for so many years, that I want to be able to run this, that we want to be able to run this. I don't think anyone here wants to see this end, right? I don't think anyone here wants to see this end in the near future, and I am making sure of that. So that is why we are not verified yet. I want to go to the new contract. I want to make sure, in all reality, guys, I actually want to see anything from 15 to 25,000 members in the contract, before verification. But I will most likely do it a lot sooner, because there's a lot of pressure from each and one of you guys. But keep in mind, the only reason why it's not verified yet is because we want to make sure that this is 100%, that it's sustainable for the long run, for years and decades to come, that it will be that financial support fund that we can live off and thrive off and help millions of people around this world. We cannot do that if we have an error in the contract. We cannot do that with high gas fees. So please, guys, I do understand that you all have an urgency of having the contract verified, and so do I. Trust me, I do not want to have an unverified contract. I know that once we verify, this will take off with a tremendous speed. But once that happens, once we go to that stage, guys, I want to make sure that not just you guys are ready, but the system and the contract itself is ready for the massive and the masses that will come in. So we will verify as soon as possible. Once I am 100% confident that there are no errors, that we can run this for decades to come without any issue with gas fee, with withdrawals, with deposit, or anything. That is the most important thing for me. So I appreciate your understanding, and I appreciate you guys' support and confidence in everything. And if you do have the slightest doubt, guys, if you have the slightest doubt about the unverified ETHERCHAIN contract, please hold off and wait. Watch and see what happens. And once we get verified, come on in. I do not want anybody to rush in if they feel the slightest doubt. Absolutely. We're here for the long run, and it's no FOMO about getting in. It's not about being the first one. It's about doing the most. The one who does the most is the one who will receive the most from this fund. Fair and square. All right, let me see here. Going back to here. Awesome, guys. I thank you so much for the support here in the chat as well. USA is with ETHERCHAIN. Well, patience. You're a great person. Thank you so much, guys. I just want something that will last for us. Something where we can actually sustain our own lives while we're helping others. That is the true meaning of network marketing. Being able to help others to find a different lifestyle, a better way than working 9 to 5 and all that. And that is what we're doing here, guys. We are right now building something that has never existed, but it not as a decentralized form. It has been done 1,000 times with a central point. We have the blockchain technology. We have smart contracts. Our central point is the smart contract itself, which is decentralized on the public platform. It is scam-proof. This is what we've been waiting for, my friends. This is what we've been working towards. So I'm super excited, guys, that we're right here, that we're so close, that we're here. I want every one of you to watch and look upon this as a pre-launch, if you want to see it that way. As said, we're not asking anyone to come in that has the slightest doubt. when we're verified, that will be the official launch. You guys are among the first 5,500 people in the entire world in this contract. There's not a lot of people that knows about this yet. Our massive marketing campaign will start when we're verified. Believe me, we have an agenda, we have a vision, a mission, and we're going to achieve that. We're all going to achieve that together. All right, guys, let me see here. Let me see. All right, so guys, we are going to drop off. If there are any, Sam, I will definitely call you. I do apologize for that. We will drop off. If there were any questions that we were not replying to, get them back in the chat. I will be there. Our leaders will be there. Everybody will be there to help out. This is a community that it wants to do good. We're on a positive mission to do good. We're here to help. We're here to support, because that is what will build this community. So guys, let's do this. Let's make it happen. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you in the Grab group chat. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.